Recently, we had the fabulous experience of being trapped in New York. Nothing better than getting to the airport only to have your flight delayed not once, not twice, but then cancel. Yes, if you travel enough, this could possibly happen to you. Unfortunately, our bags were already checked and it was too difficult to get them out. It would have taken another hour, so we left the airport with just what we had carry on. Fortunately, we were able to find a Hotel Indigo in the IHG group of hotels. They had a room available, the premium rooms and the standard rooms. We decided to go for the base model standard room because we were only going to be there for one night and really didn't need anything fancy.
Hello, my name's Daniel. Welcome to the Hotel Indigo Flushing. This is the Chinatown of Queens, and that's how we like to remain it. And this is our nice boutique hotel, and I hope you enjoy.
Fortunately for us, by the time we arrived to the hotel, Daniel had already upgraded us to a suite from our standard room. This was at no extra cost and due to our IHG status. This was a fabulous surprise. Our room was on the 11th floor. It was one of 6 rooms on that floor. The only 2 suites in the hotel were on this floor as well. Being a very small boutique hotel with only about 150 rooms, it definitely had a more intimate feel than a lot of those mega hotels that you're going to find. Even on the floors below us, there was only a total of 24 rooms. Entering into the room, I noticed immediately that it was nice and light and bright. I think I would have been very happy with the standard room, but this was definitely an improvement. It was nice to have a separate living area, and there was even a coffee bar section that allowed us to have coffee in the morning. I will say it was a little annoying how the coffee was on the left side, but the plug was on the right, so it was a little awkward having to move it to plug it in. Not that we had any clothing to hang up, but there was a nice large closet and an ironing board. The bedroom had a king-size bed with nightstands on both sides, a TV stand and TV, and a nice big picture window that gave you a wonderful view, just like what you had in the living room. The lamp area did have spaces for you to plug in 2 regular outlets and 1 USB. I found this very helpful. The TV also doubled as a dresser, and it gave you plenty of space for all those clothes that we did not have since our luggage was checked. The bathroom was a very nice surprise. Double doors entered into a nice open space where you not only had a fabulous large shower, you also had a tub. I cannot believe that I got a tub and a shower in the same bathroom. That was a big plus, along with the double sinks, which gave you plenty of room to spread out. If you were going to be in this room for a few days, you definitely would not be crowded in this bathroom whatsoever. The items that were in the shower were very nice. I loved the way they smelled. They were definitely a good quality of shampoo, conditioner, and body wash, in addition to the lotion that they gave you. It was all top notch, and I gotta say that I was not disappointed at all with the bathroom. However, what was really nice was the fact that there was a whole nother bathroom in this room. Yes, you got another tub, toilet, and sink, because this room does accommodate for up to 4 people because the couch can fold out to a bed. We didn't need all that space, but I gotta say it was nice for us to have our own bathrooms for the evening. The living room, again, had plenty of space. It had a wonderful view, and whenever the couch wasn't pulled out to a bed, it was very, very spacious. The workstation here came in handy the next day because I did have to work the next morning before we tried to make it to the airport again, so that was a big plus. I did enjoy the outside area. We had a fabulous balcony with a wonderful view. So not only did we get to enjoy the view from the living room and the bedroom, we got to sit out here. It was really pretty during the day. We could hear the sounds coming from the streets, but they weren't so loud that it was annoying or intrusive, but it did give you a feel of the overall city vibe. However, at night, it took on a whole different level of beautiful. The view was just amazing, and there was a game going on at the stadium. We could actually hear some of the noise, and later on in the evening, they actually popped firecrackers as well. It was a stunning view, and it's something that we would not have been able to enjoy had our flight not have gotten canceled. Now, the rest of the hotel was pretty basic. You'll notice there's not a lot of floors. On floor 1, we have the lobby and the market area. It's a pretty basic little space, but it offered a lot for the people that were coming in, and it did have a welcoming vibe to it. I did not mind it at all. There were stairs that took you up to the next few floors. There was also an elevator if you chose to go that way instead. I did like the overall look of the stairs, so I didn't mind that. On the second floor, they had a library/business center. Now, I've got to say that this was a fabulous space. It was open, it was bright. Everything about this hotel is very modern, as it's only a few years old. But the overall vibe was very well decorated, and the space here for if somebody did need to use a computer, I thought was a nice little touch, including the printer in case you needed to print something out for an itinerary that you needed to go to later. There was plenty of seating everywhere. There was the library area in case you wanted to pick up something to read to pass the time. The overall was just very modern, very personal, very warm. Whoever decorated this place really did an excellent job of making people feel like they could really sit and relax. A few things to note about this hotel is that they do have parking at a charge. They do have valet parking. They also had shuttle service that will take you to the airport. It is also wheelchair accessible, and there is public transportation nearby. Moving up to floor number 3, there is a restaurant on staff, and it is not apparently owned by the hotel, but it looks like the restaurant is renting out the space there. As we had not had anything to eat by the time we had to leave the airport, this was a welcome idea for us. We did like the idea of the Asian style food, and as we walked up, we kind of liked the overall vibe. Apparently, this restaurant had only been open for a couple weeks at this point. They were very excited to get some good reviews, so they were even offering a discount so long as you were willing to show them that you had posted a review for them before you paid your bill. Thought that was kind of a nice incentive. They didn't even expect you to give them a good review, only that you reviewed them. But I gotta say, it wasn't hard to give them a fabulous review. We were actually very pleased. The service was great. The overall atmosphere was fabulous. You see, we even are dog friendly. There was a cute little puppy there, and everybody seemed to really be enjoying themselves. They had a fabulous selection of coffees and teas available, in addition to a very interesting menu. It was kind of hard to pick what we wanted to get. And again, it probably didn't help the fact that we were very hungry. So we really studied the menu a lot. But overall, we did finally pick something that it did not take them long to bring out. And again, like I said, the service was great. The prices were very reasonable, and the selection was fabulous. What we did end up getting was a Brussels sprouts dish with some peppers, and those were not hot peppers. They were very flavorful. And we also got a soft crab pasta. Troy and I actually split these. They don't look like they're very big, but they were a lot of food. They even brought us out a dessert, even though we didn't ask for it. On the 4th floor, there was a fitness center and a meeting room. I'm assuming the meeting room is something that you could set up to have access to if you had a group of people in there for any kind of business, but we did not actually go through there. The fitness center, however, we did manage to get into, being as how we were only going to be there for the night and we were going to be rushing off to the airport the next day. We did not go in there and work out, but I gotta say, as fitness rooms go, and considering the size of this hotel, I was pretty impressed with the equipment that they had in there. It did look like one of them was out of order, which is kind of a shame because they hadn't been open very long, but I'm sure they would get that fixed pretty quickly. So the rest of the fitness equipment was in very good shape because it was fairly new, and it did not look like it was anything that could not give you the workout that you needed. There was even an area for towels and for water there, so that way you could have everything that you needed to get your workout on. Just off of the fitness center, there was this fabulous balcony area that you could go out and enjoy during the day or at the night. And then the rest of the floors, 5 through 11, were just the guest rooms. However, there were ice machines on every other floor so that you could go get anything that you might be needing. Overall, we were very impressed with this hotel, and although we had not planned on staying in New York for the evening, we were not upset with where we ended up staying. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please like, please subscribe, and we appreciate you.